Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I am sure you all, majority of you may have seen Cincinnati bro that happened. And a lot of people think they have a lot to say about black people because to them, a black man shouldn't lay his hand on a woman or anything. But now let me tell you something. I am going to tell white women, most especially, to keep their hands to themselves because they've been using those hands recently so bad, right? And now I am going to tell people, I don't care who you are, whether you're a black man, a black woman, or a white woman, say, do not put your hands on any man. If you put your hand on any man, whatever happens, that it's your problem, not my problem. You don't provoke people and at the same time tell them how to react, probably because you are a woman. A woman should also know how to conduct herself with other people, not using the fact that they are men to use it against them, that they are not supposed to probably retaliate when you come. That face was so bad. The beating was so bad that I saw blood gushing out. It was gushing out. I don't know what they said or what they did, but sometimes you all go around looking for trouble. Like, you can testify that I have brought so many videos here about white women going around looking for people's trouble, and you all knew what happened to them. And this one is not exception. And now it is black people's problem. You all aren't serious. Kudos to whoever. But let's get into this video.
Y'all seen the stories coming out of Cincinnati? A few nights ago, a white couple got the shit beat out of them. Woman knocked flat out cold, laying there looking like a board. And then a group of guys went around the white dude, a bunch of black dudes, and was stomping them and kicking them and punching them. And now I log on to X for the first time today, and then I'm seeing another group of black guys beat up a white guy. So, not stories you'll see in the mainstream media, but just something you might want to look up and pay attention to yourself, act accordingly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out here, and I'm also seeing it. And I'm also seeing it in places where it's not necessarily catching mainstream attention in media. It is about to start picking up stream because I got contacted by several different outlets to see if I had any commentary or if I wanted to join tonight, which I'm not able to join because I'm actually at the airport and I'm about to catch a flight. But I do have some thoughts on it, and we are going to probably talk about it on the Q show tonight. But long story short, you got a situation where everybody keep making excuses why everybody is getting monkey pounded out that just so happens to have white pigmentation versus black pigmentation in their skin, and people are justifying it. I've seen a lot of different theories in which I've seen the video. Can't show it here, but I've seen the video because YouTube will remove it. But basically, they beating the crap out of the guy, and people are starting to get upset, and they're not necessarily taking it so lightly in that, people are getting a little bit more bothered and a little bit more vocal, and they're creating a situation where it's turning negative.
Has everybody seen the beatdown video from Cincinnati this morning? It's pretty horrific. And it happens dozens of times every year in this country. For decades. Dozens of times. And we turn a blind eye to it. If people understood, if they knew, and the FBI has the stats, how often that race makes the other race the victims, it'd be horrible for race relations if people actually understood it. Most violent crime stays within your race. But there is an exception in the United States of America, and nobody talks about it. And if the roles were reversed, well, shit, look what happens, when a violent drug addict who fucking robs pregnant women dies from a drug overdose while being held down by the police, he becomes a fucking hero.
Racism is not going to die at this point. That's just the facts. Let me tell you what was really bad and how it made it even worse and how it kind of exacerbated itself. Because instead of us stomping out racism completely and saying, hey, we need to stop being so race focused, over the last 4 to 5 years, people started justifying it. You started seeing paintings in the street, the Black Lives Matters, the white apologists, they didn't make it any better. And so now what you see is there's an extreme.
afternoon, mi gente. How are you doing? Just sitting on the patio. It's mosquitoes out here. If you see one getting ready to bite me, let me know. Jesus is still on the banana tree. I don't even know what that's about. Anyway. Hi, if you're new to my page, my name is Brenda, and I talk shit about every fucking thing. And the Cincinnati Borough is no different. Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and put my 2 cents in there because you know I'm going to put my 2 cents in there, right? I tell you what. Even before I saw the video and I heard the commentary, I already knew what happened. And the fact that they were only pegging the people of color, the ones being at fault, I already knew what happened. Nobody had to tell me shit. I said somebody got froggy and jumped and they got knocked on their ass. I knew that. And I knew eventually somebody would have some angle or some footage, and I just waited. I just fucking waited because I already know, because that's the America we live in. White people think they can do and say what they want. You see them all on the app now. Now with this American Eagle thing. I'm going to go wear some American Eagle, and I just love being genetically white. Okay. Again, the internet is forever. You're going to wish you took that back and somebody didn't have footage of you doing that. But I digress. But anyway, before they came out with what really happened, I already knew. And see, here's my friendly PSA to everybody out there, right? Especially those that live in my city. And if you're my neighbor across the street, you probably want to know this. I wish a motherfucker, Karen or Kent, would put their fucking hands on me. I don't give a fuck how old I am. I wish you motherfucking would put your fucking hands on me. Because let me tell you something. And some people in the comments can understand where I'm coming from, right? If you're a Puerto Rican, then you understand where my anger comes from. So you understand me already, right? And if you from New York, you know that too. And that's where I'm from. And if you from Brooklyn and from New York and you Puerto Rican, well, shit, that's a whole nother fucking dynamic. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find anything and hit you fucking with it. That's why it don't fucking matter if you're a man or woman. I know better than to square up to a 6.5 man. But you know what? I also know to knock you out at your knees. And once you get to your knees, I can fuck you up. But that's a whole nother story, right? But I'm going to pick up a garbage can, a lawn fucking chair, a fucking car. Piss me off bad enough, I bet you I could throw a fucking car jack. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to fuck you up. And I'm glad that story is out right now, because y'all all feeling a little bit froggy, thinking you can say and do what the fuck you want. Go ahead. I promise you, there is a whole bunch of us. And listen, I know for a fact that regardless of what happened, I'm going to take the blame. So I'm going to be in the courthouse taking my assault charges on your ass. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, that's how I'm going to be with the judge. Yep. It is what it is. It is what it is. But what you are not going to do is you're not going to fucking put your hands on me and get away with it. Because I am going to fuck you up. I digress.
I already knew them Russian white people went over there to bother those black people at that Cincinnati Jazz Festival. And then when you see the video, they're literally the only white people there. They're literally the only white people within that vicinity. And if you watch the unedited version, it's clear as fuck that this white man was going off at the mouth and he slapped that black guy. So then they rocked his ass. And then they rocked his wife too. I don't feel bad for anybody in that situation. Because at the end of the day, that's what some of these white people will do. They will literally see black people minding their fucking business, and they'll come over there thinking that they're going to get away with messing with black people. Oh, the media will spin this any way they want to. It doesn't matter. You're going to get cracked. We do not care. We do not care about what the media puts out. We don't care about none of that. We know damn well them black people didn't just jump random ass white people from Russia for no reason. We could probably hear the accent. So they got their ass whooped. I don't feel sorry for none.
Y'all may want to buckle up for this one, okay? Because what I'm about to say is going to severely piss people off, okay? And quite frankly, I do not give a crap, okay? Let's talk about what happened in Cincinnati, okay? First and foremost, I want to say that I'm absolutely praying for that whole family, for everyone that was involved. I hope everyone has a full recovery, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Because what happened there was absolutely heartbreaking. It was beyond disgusting. and it was nothing but pure evil. I'll tell you one thing that it was not, and hear me out when I say this. This wasn't about racism. This wasn't even about skin color, okay? This boiled down to character. This boiled down to jealousy, envy, hatred, and pure evil. You see somebody happy, peaceful, content in their life. That does something to the demons inside people who hate themselves. It rattles the souls of people who are miserable in their own lives. Misery loves company. We've heard that saying our whole daggum lives growing up. And my gosh, if it's not the daggum truth. This wasn't about some historical injustice. This was about broken people who can't stand to see someone else walking in joy. This is about people who refuse to look inward.
I'm going to show you what her username is. Petty Crocker 88 with 2 lightning bolts and 2 number 8s. Why in the name of everything that is holy would I listen to somebody who believes in the ideology of the funny mustache man with 1 nut about anything involving race? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would I talk to this person? Why would I listen to this person? Why would I even value this person's opinion when they literally are announcing within their own fucking username that they believe in the ideology of the funny mustache man with 1 nut? As soon as I see the lightning bolts in the 88, bitch, I'm out of there. And for those of you who don't know, 88, the number 8, is the letter H in the alphabet. 2 8s is HH for Heil Funny Mustache Man with 1 nut. The lightning bolts are for the SS. Yet somehow, everybody's supposed to stop what the fuck they doing. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody don't move. Everybody don't move. The woman that believes in the ideology of the funny mustache man with 1 testicle has something she wants to say about race relations. And of course, she brought up demons and evil. And come on, lady. Come on, man. Man. What are you doing? Do you think we're dumb? I have said all along that religion is a Ponzi scheme. Some of the greatest atrocities on earth were done using religion, including the funny mustache man with 1 nut. And I'm sorry, I know this is going to come as a shock to some people, but a lot of Americans admire that motherfucker. This failed painter with 1 testicle and a barber that just hated him and said, no, you can't have full mustache. You can have this funky shit underneath your nose. A lot of people admire that dude. Quiet as kept. Besides Trump, he's the greatest white man they can think of. So when these people start talking about anything involving race, I take it not with a grain of salt, but with a grain of baking soda. I'm not about to sit here and listen to this woman. Fuck this bitch. I'm not about to sit here and listen to you tell me anything about anything. You can't even pick a good role model, bitch. What the fuck makes you think I want to hear you about race relations? That white man was calling this man the N-word and put his hands on him and got everything that he fucking asked for and more. Had his wife not jumped the fuck in, she wouldn't have been knocked the fuck out. Keep your motherfucking hands to your motherfucking self. So while you over here, Heil 1 nut guy with the bad mustache, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up when you come talking about race relations. Bitch, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. Your choice of heroes is bad. So that means everything else is going to come out of your fucking bony ass lips, them thin ass envelope sized lips, is not worth me listening to. You get the fuck out of here.
They're lying to you. Even NBC covered it. He literally slaps him first. Even NBC covered it. They know it. They know the media is lying to you. And now J.D. Vance is going up calling these people lawless thugs like they usually do when black people are in a certain position. That man initiated it. He got beat the living shit out of. His freaking wife got involved and got the shit beat out of her. There is no discussion anymore. So most of you guys do know the truth, but you're still running with the racist rhetoric and the racist narrative to justify what you're now saying about them. There's people literally in comments talking about there needs to be the extinction of these people. All YNs need to be arrested and shit like that. They're justifying their shit. They're lying to you. So if you've seen this video and you go on ignoring that, just know it needs to be presented out here. People, please share, like, retweet, whatever the hell you have to do to make sure the truth is out there. Because the media is lying, and now people are going to use it to justify their racism. It is not about the media dividing us. It's about fucking racism. It's going to be there regardless of what the media shows. And all the media is doing is amplifying their racism that's already there. And now they have a fucking justification. Because what they see is a group of white people being beat up by a black guy. By black people, I'm sorry. Now you got to think, why? What could they have done? And there was reports of him saying the N-word while doing that. So I don't understand this concept where accountability is more scrutinized than the actual action itself. The media is lying. Please share, put it out there to everyone. Ram this down their throats because we're not going to let this narrative slide. We're not going to let the fake lies. First, 3 predictions of what pivots this is going to be. First is going to be they just jumped him unprovoked. Once you prove them that wrong and show them videos of that, then it's going to be, wasn't that excessive? And third is going to be, why did they hit the woman? They all were involved. He put hands on them. She got involved and she got hit too. There is nothing more to this at all. Media lied to you. Please share, get it out there.
When I tell you that there is not enough coffee for this shit, there is not enough coffee for this shit. It is only Sunday afternoon. See this guy right here? This guy, his name is Scott Hanna from Cincinnati, Ohio. So according to the FBI, Scott Hanna, 30, of Dayton, Ohio, made a social media post on X on Thursday, July 31st. According to Cincinnati FBI, Hanna posted that he wanted to organize mobs to unalive people in Cincinnati. Now you see how the news likes to whitewash this. Now it's not just to unalive people. He wants to unalive African Americans. 30,000 of them to be exact. But of course, the news is going to whitewash that, right? They don't want to make it into a hate crime. So according to the FBI, this morning they arrested a Dayton man, which is Scott Hanna, who is charged with making interstate communication with a threat to injure. So basically, this Scott Hanna dude made a tweet, and he was calling on other YT males or YT people to come together so that they can organize to unalive 30,000 African Americans by Sunday. Here is the X post that this Scott Hanna dude made. He says, and he goes by Quinn 23rd of his name. That is his X account name. Organizing mobs to unalive all the apes in Cincinnati. Since Governor Mike DeWine and the OSHIP won't do anything about this nonsense. We the people need to paint the town red and unalive them all. Fill the morgues and cleanse their city of blacks. By Sunday, we are aiming to have unalived 30,000. This piece of shit right here. You see what he looks like? He looks like he could be bent in 3, like snapped like a pretzel. The whole point of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that these YT groups are organizing. They have a lot of groups out there that are organizing to start not only a civil war, but to start a racial war in this country. They've just been waiting for the right time. You saw what happened to that truck driver in North Carolina, where he was attacked by a group of farmers that were working there, and all he was trying to do was deliver mulch, and they went ahead and took out his truck. And now you've got guys like this Scott Hanna dude that's actually the FBI was able to thwart off that alleged plot. I'm telling you this right now, ladies and gentlemen, we, the motherfucking people who did not vote for this bullshit, are going to have to rise. We're going to have to rise up on our own. We're going to have to use our Second Amendment rights to defend ourselves from this type of shit. These are hate crimes, and you're going to see more and more and more of it.
Well, it's a video going viral right now. A fight happened in Cincinnati. Now, I ain't trying to make this a race thing, but apparently there was somebody there, and they tried to crop the video, make this like the blacks was the most aggressiveness. But look, somebody that was there, another witness, put out the whole video. And guess who was the aggressive motherfuckers? The Caucasians. When the video came out, it was just a regular verbal altercation. But then, the Caucasian slapped the black man, and shit break out. Now, they is making a whole thing about a woman getting knocked out. But the woman that got knocked out, she got knocked out by the Caucasian dude, not the black dude. They trying to make it about the black dude knocking her out. No, go look at the video. Come back and let me know what y'all think. But at the end of the day, stick together, baby. Don't let this bullshit go on, man. Go do y'all little search. And guess who was the aggressive motherfuckers? The Caucasians. When the video came out.
Hey, let's talk about aggressive. One-on-one is not aggressive. That's actually normal behavior. People have been getting in fights for centuries. Talking smack. Someone calls you a name. Is it uncalled for? Absolutely. 1,000%. Should anyone be called a certain thing, that name? No, they shouldn't. And that's hearsay. I don't know if that word was used or not. But, I mean, does someone want to knock somebody out for? I get it. One-on-one, knock them out if you want to. But you know what is aggressive? 8 to 10 people on one person. When that one person is down and you have 8 to 10 people stomping them in their face, in their head, that's aggressive. And no matter how much you sugarcoat it, one-on-one, one dude fighting one dude is not aggressive. 8 people fighting one person, that's aggressive. And one dude knocking out a female is aggressive. And I don't know what video you seen, because the video that I seen, the full video I seen, that was not a white dude that knocked out that white woman. Like, when stuff like this happens, why can't somebody just have accountability for, like, dude, that's messed up? Like, I mean, it's pretty common sense that 8 people on one person is aggressive, and it's not normal. Nor is it fair. It's not fair. I don't care what a person says. I don't care what a person does. 8 on 1 is pretty pathetic. You know what? It's not pathetic. It's savage. And in that situation, it's aggressive. You know what? It's not just pathetic. It's savage. And that savage behavior shows exactly who the aggressors were and who was aggressive and who wasn't. I think a word that describes that white couple a little bit better is probably the agitators. They agitated it on. They probably started the fight. They probably were running their mouth. And when you run your mouth, bad things happen. I get that. And I agree with that 100%. But they were the agitators. They were not the aggressive ones in the situation. They were the agitators in the situation. And I would feel exactly the same way if it was 8 white dudes on one black guy, or one white dude knocking out a black female. I'd feel exactly the same way. The aggressors would be the white people. The agitators would be the black people. Because it's common sense. You watch that video, it's pretty plain and simple who were the aggressors and who was probably the agitators. But so many times, this situation and that savage behavior is condoned and acceptable, and it's absolutely mind-blowing to me.
Hey, people talking about that couple getting punched on at that Cincinnati Jazz Festival is interesting to me. Because you telling me if you out with your group of friends, let's take race out of the entire equation. You out with your group of friends, somebody starts talking shit to one of your friends. Somebody proceeds to slap one of your friends. You're not going to do nothing? I don't know about y'all, and I really don't care about y'all opinion on this, though. But if somebody touched somebody in my group while we out, everybody in my group was putting hands on them. And I'm gonna be real with you. I got black friends, I got white friends, I got Mexican friends, I got Asian friends. We all go out together. Every time we fought, we have all fought together. Because we're protecting the people that we came with. If you ain't got that mentality, I can't be around you because I can't trust you.
America, an older white couple at Cincinnati Jazz Festival got brutally jumped and beaten down by black teens, a mob of black teens. And guess what? Zero coverage from the left-leaning media. If you look up the video, which I try to post on here, it won't let me because of the violence. You will see the fact that the older white lady, she's on the ground, unconscious, blood coming out her mouth, and her face unrecognizable. And also the older white guy, he's on the ground, covering up as he's getting stomped down badly. Then on top of that, when you look at it, zero news coverage at Cincinnati where it happened. Let's say it was the other way around, where it was older black couple and it got jumped by white teens. All the left-leaning media will be talking about it. It will be outrage. Cities will be burned down. But since the crime is committed against white people, they're not getting charged hate crime at all. I'd be surprised if they get charged at all. But the cops are saying what? They're investigating it now. That's what they're saying since the video emerged. But no coverage at all from the media, which is pathetic if you ask me. Then on top of that, the leadership of the NAACP or whatever those letters are, the leadership of the black community, they came out endorsing that violence, saying that older white couple, they got what they deserve. Yes, you heard that right. They got what they deserve. Encouraging the black teens that they're in the right spot for being violent. How do you expect for your community to get better and to prosper in the future when you got a pathetic, failed leadership like that? So America, what are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about this? You know? But also, if you look at it this way, you're seeing those white people who are getting their own town at Missouri, who created their own city. That's one of the reasons probably why they created it. Can you blame them? If you're not feeling safe, in Cincinnati, it's a trash city. Nobody comes out once it gets dark. Cincinnati's a shithole city. You know, if you're from Ohio, you would know. And if you definitely live in Cincinnati, you definitely know. So America, what are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comment section. This is the Conscious Mo. You ought to know what I stand for. Truth. With that being said, have a nice day, America. Conscious Mo, out. Peace.
To have a conversation about this Cincinnati Jazz Festival and what went on. I'm going to talk about the different viewpoints because I let this marinate for a few days before I jumped in. I don't like talking about these damn cultural issues, but you know, here we are because it's mainstream news, and I keep seeing these videos of black folks stomping out white folks, and it's getting on my fucking nerves. You want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at these white liberal Democrats for the last 4 years under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the Hindu Horus, who dumped a bunch of illegal aliens in your neighborhood and stole all your benefits from you. You want to be mad at somebody? You want to be feeling a certain type of way? Feel that way about them, because they're the ones who stole your dreams, not random white folks at the Cincinnati Music Festival. That's stupid. Y'all is dumb as fuck. Do you know what would happen? You kicking and stomping these people in the head, you fucking idiot. You know you're going to go to prison. You think this is just going to stop with that elderly female who is for some reason the head of the Cincinnati Police Department? What is going on with all these DEI hire females who are the head of major city police departments? This happened in New Orleans. That lady is like 78 years old. She has no business doing the job of a police chief. This is dumb. You only install a female as the head of a police department who is in her 70s and 80s if you want the city to fail, because she ain't gonna do nothing. Now, this individual, you can tell she's a white liberal kook by her getting up there and saying that she was mad because the media has portrayed things in a certain way. No, bitch, we see the video of these people who are innocent getting kicked in the fucking head on the ground. I did not see any Negroes laying on the ground. Make that make some sort of sense. Bro, I'm seeing videos all over again. This shit stopped for a while, but of course now it's back because y'all want to start some bullshit all over again. because you can't stand that President Trump is turning this country around for the better. So you got to cause trouble. So I'm seeing, some kid at a damn camp, getting beat up for no reason by a bunch of black kids. What the fuck is going on with that? What is going on with that? This has to stop, because it is of no use. And what I do see is you're going to catch a case, because it's going to, Harmeet Dillon is watching this. The Department of Justice is watching this. The FBI is watching this. This is not going to just go with some little bullshit in Cincinnati with this geriatric ass police chief female who is clearly a white liberal kook who should not have that job. She should be fired immediately. What is wrong with you people? God. Okay, so now these people have to deal with this shit when all they were doing was going to a festival. Y'all say, oh, well, they were provoked. Where's the proof? Because I don't see it. Y'all record everything else. You record your ass twerking on top of cop cars. You record your ass twerking at damn concerts and twerking on the damn cruise ships. But you couldn't figure out a way to film that, huh? To prove something that you say happened. I don't see y'all black ass laying on the ground. I see them. I see them getting kicked in the head. Not you. Prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law and do not let them off. You do not just get an attitude. So I've heard in his, the dude who's supposed to be the ringleader, that Percy ass Negro they got over there, Percy. Oh, he was drunk. He drank too much and he couldn't control himself. So, you have to excuse him. He was drunk. What the fuck? Can you use that excuse when you get pulled over, get a DUI? Can you use that excuse? In any other situation, can you use the excuse? Oh, he was drunk. Oh, he beat the hell out of his wife and threw his kids out the window, but he was drunk.
So this is all I got from this video. Pardon me a bit. I lost my voice. My voice is not that audible, but hopefully with the help of the mic, it will go well. Let me tell you something, and I am going to be very brief with this discussion. Now, I am tired of hearing that if the role is reversed, because the role has always been that way. And now let me tell you, I don't care if you are a man or a woman. Let me tell you this. Do not put your hands on a man. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. Do not forcefully, as a woman, put your hands on a man and expect a man to be quiet because you are a woman. It only takes the grace. It takes only grace and a gentleman or a man that is not like, don't go around provoking a man because he's a man and you are a woman and you think for that reason, he is going to let you go. Or maybe you called him some kind of words that you were not supposed to call, and because he's a man and a black man, he shouldn't tell you anything. Enough of that BS. I am not going to support. Please come out. I am not going to support that nonsense, right? For whatever that happened at the Cincinnati or what they call that, I saw it. That woman, for her to walk up to that man to say one nasty thing or probably dare the man. And if you look around, you find out that they are literally the only people around there in that vicinity. What were they doing? I don't know what they went there to do, but that is your problem. See, enough of seeing people come out to say, black people are this, black people are that, black people are not peaceful and all that. Do not go around looking for a black man or a black woman's problem and think you are going to make a sense. If I were anybody in that shoe, you are not also going to make me nice because it doesn't work that way. Enough of people trying to kumbaya and all that. It's not going to happen that way. I am saying this and I will say it over and over again. Do keep your hands to yourself. White women have been going around recently looking for black people's problem, looking for black men's problem. You might Sunday meet a nice person that will probably let it fly. Some days you are not going to meet a nice person that will let it fly. The person will teach you a lesson that you will never forget in your entire life, right? So next time, do not do it. Does that make sense? And for what's this man's name? Cancun or now it is making sense. You know that official Cancun or Catantum, whatever his name is, I don't care. Oh, so you are married to a white woman. See, I am always of the opinion that I do not care where anybody find love. I don't care. Sincerely speaking, I do not care. If you find love wherever you find love, that it's your problem. That it's fine. But you see, the moment I find out that because you're married to a white woman and for that reason, black people do not matter or anything, you are a messed up person. So Official Cantun is a messed up person. And you are telling me that when your son turns that he is as dark as anything, shut the hell up. Does your son need to be tanned? Does he need to tan to be as dark or as my color? See, my color is natural. I don't know if that does make sense. I don't need to go and tan to make my color this way. I am naturally already this way. But if you have to do that, it means there is something that is not adding up. Now, it's making sense that you are married to a white woman. So for that reason, anything black people do is nothing, like, it's nothing good. Black people are not good enough. And anyway, nobody's actually inviting you to black community or anything because you're already a sellout and you know where sellouts where they belong. So continue to remain there. I am going to end this in this way. If you are a white person, I don't care where you are coming from, Russian and all that, Ukrainian, see, wherever you are coming from, one thing I am going to tell you is that there are consequences to majority of the things you do. That is, if you put your hand on a black man's body, let somebody, your hand on somebody's body, whether a black man or a black woman, whatever comes up from that, it is your problem, not any other person's problem. You all should do better and stop looking for a way to drag black people into your own mess. Because if you had kept your hand to yourself, I am sure all this wouldn't have happened. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. I know I have been a little bit scarce, but I will come back and I will let you know what happened. Bye for now.